attention, please. How does that sound, all right? All right, we're having a difficult time trying to get through to you, so I imagine that to use this at all, we'll have to try to tone down the whatever. Can everybody hear? Can you hear? And I wrote 12 pages of introduction here, and I'm scared of this, so I'm not going to say anything except welcome to the class reunion. I think this is a beautiful occasion. I'm happy to be a part of it, and I want to thank the committee. I'll give you the committee's name here in due time. I did want to mention the fact that we are depression students. We come out of the depression, which is probably the greatest thing that happened to us because we only had one direction to go, and that was up and live. The next thing I'd like to mention is the fact that this is, for some of us, is our 50th class of 38, class of 37, and 36 and 37 is not too far away, and the class of 39 and 40 is coming up pretty fast. I think most of us have had a good life. I think that we've been monetarily successful. I think that we all realize that now, as we got older, that the monetary success is not as great as success in our part in our community and in the world, and the great things that we've accomplished. I think everybody has done that, and I see everybody smiles, so there must be something good about it. I took my family. I've got, so you'll understand what happened to me. You know, my wife died, and I remarried this little old lady. We have a girl 6 and a boy 7 and a boy 8, and I inherited another boy that was 7, and I inherited a girl 16 and 18. That's the 2 girls that served at the table. I took my family to the Puerto Vallarta, and then we went to Mexico City. We went to a little town at Sumter where we have a home, and we had a good time. But I came home and my wife stayed. She called me last Wednesday and she said, "Now have a good time at the reunion," but she said, "Be careful. All of these people you haven't seen for so long, you know." She thinks that all the ladies here were my girlfriends, I guess, and I never dated any of them. When I was in school, I was the most scared kid in the whole school. I walked around with my head down, and I run home after school, and if a girl talked to me, I didn't really know what to say. I'd stammer and stutter, and I still do. One night I came home tired from work, and my wife said, "The kids are in bed asleep, Macho Man. Let's go to bed, you know." Luckily, sometimes accidents can be a lifesaver. She banged her head into the cabinet door and went to bed with a headache. My wife is 33, in case you didn't know. When I told her a while back she'd have to walk the straight and narrow because I'll get a young one. But if she'd take 17 years of my life and put it on to hers, we'd both be 50 and we'd be equal. I heard this the other day about the guy sitting in his easy chair and he was watching television, and he said, I won a lottery, you know. He said to his wife, "I'm going to go to Sacramento and get my money, you pack." "What do you want me to do after I get back?" He said, "I don't know, but just don't be here when I get back." Shows you what happens when you get into the money. This lady was walking down the street and she asked directions for a particular place, and she was told how to get there. And she was like me. She got all messed up and didn't know where she was going. And she saw a stranger on the corner and she said, "Say, mister, is this the second left turn or the third?" So my wife always had a cute thing, I thought, you know, that she caught, and she used to do this to me. She kind of cleaned up my vocabulary a little. If I'd say something that wasn't too nice, and she'd say, "And you eat with that mouth?" Think about it. My wife would say to me, you know, "Act your age." We'd go to a Mexican dance, and I don't know, I never was a good dancer, but you'd hear that fast music, you know, you couldn't help but get out and do a little exhibition, and she never liked to have me do that, you know. She'd say, "Act your age." So anyway, I'll tell you the story about a friend of hers in Mexico that said to her niece, this is a true story, "Never undress in daylight. You don't want to look at your ugly body." And I thought about that, you know. I was not no prima donna, you know. It's a good point, you know. So I was going to ask you, did you ever try taking a bath and shaving with your eyes closed? And I fell out of the bathtub when I tried it and hurt my back. I acted my age then for a long time, you know. This fella told his friend that he came home one evening about 9 o'clock and he said to his wife, "What do we have for dinner, honey?" And she said, "It's on the table." So the friend said, "Was the plate under it?" And he said, "That happened to me one time. I come home late and my wife said, I said, 'What are we having for dinner?' And she said, 'It's on the table.' But she said, 'We did the dishes already.'" Surely on the table. I think about this one. This is a true story, too, but I can't use names in it. But 100 years ago, no, it was 50 years ago when I went to school, it used to be some of the kids drove their cars because the bus didn't cover all the territory, so they would drive their cars to school. And this car coming out of West Butte, and this young lady had to sit on the seat of one of the boys. And when they got to school, she stepped out of the car and she looked back and she said, "Bobby, was that your pocket knife I was sitting on, or do you love me that much?" True story. I think the most interesting thing happened to me, it was in Sears, you know. I went into Sears store and this young lady clerk, I think she looked like she was about 16. And I bought a small amount of things, and she put it in this big, tall paper bag, and she's clipping the bag shut. And I said, "Why are you clipping the bag shut?" I said, "I generally fill it up on my way out." If you ever want to see a young lady change expressions trying to decide whether to get the store cop or what the heck to do, I don't think she really ever knew. What I want to talk about now, and I want to talk to Don Doan because he mentioned it earlier. There's no time like the present to talk about another class reunion. What is your, and I would like to hear from people, what is your wish? And if you wish to select somebody to do this and you want another one next year or year after, don't wait 50 years, because most of us will be pushing up daisies. We won't have time to come. See? Don Doan, where are you?
Long gone.
He left. Chicken.
I've got a comment, Bob.
Yes.
Just a few minutes ago, the class of 39 had some of the best-looking girls in the class, in the country. And I got two big hugs since I've been here. And I think we're going to have another class reunion about next week.
You know, I'll tell you about this young lady. She had a little dog and she named it Tiz. And she bailed out of bed one morning and the dog is gone. Oh my, what happened to my dog? She grabbed her robe and out the door, down the street she went hollering, "Here, Tiz, here, Tiz." Oh. If you don't catch on to it, you're over the hill. Okay. The dinner, I asked my brother Bill's wife, Ruth, if she would take care of that, and she engaged her brother and his wife, their caterers, so they did the main part. Their names are Ellen Daniel and James Daniel, and Renee Sisson, Veronica Sisson, were the ladies over here at registration. That's the two twins that my sister-in-law and brother are raising. Stella and Elva Martinez, the ladies at the table there, they are my sister-in-laws. And Maria, Elena, another little Mexican gal over there I saw in Guadalajara just 1 month ago, and I said, "Little doll, when are you going to come to California? Come and stay at our house. You know who was downstairs this morning?" She was there, bless her heart. And I'm glad she came. Good people. Okay, what do you want to say? I'm through. You people have enjoyed this thing as much as I have. You've enjoyed it immensely. Every 3 years, counting this year or last year. What do you think? You want to have another one? Lead it. Come on. Huh? 3 years? 3 years you want to have one? You want to make, you want to be the chairman? I'll tell you how this happens. The first guy that opens his head gets it, you know. Gracie, come up, please. Grace, where are you? You hiding back there someplace? Huh? Yeah, there you are. Would you come up, please? Okay, I'm informed that there is coffee and plenty of watermelon and pineapple. Gracie, my little doll, you didn't put any lipstick on me, did you? See, my wife is going to be mad, but I'm going to put a little more lipstick on this shirt and hang it up in the front of the closet. I want her to see what she missed. Would you read this, please?